Ace, Blerd Cartel, Blerd.com, presenting 3 episode rule. Means somebody can't, aka the villain of Blerd Cartel, Loose V of Blerd Crew Entertainment, Blerd.com. The man of many hats. Can't name them all. Although he can name all that he does, but other than that, Ebony underscore Moonbeam, 1/3 of Waifu Views, cosplayer. She's also on Twitch, TikTok, Facebook, IG. She's on everything. But if you're going to bring their talents over here, the 3 episode rule, we're going to judge a new anime based on the first 3 episodes. You got to follow the old rule. If it doesn't entrap me in 3 episodes, I'm not going to watch it. But Lose V, you got the Galactic Tribe. How's that working out for you? You get to see a guy page on Facebook doing stuff.
Yeah, I got the page up and going on Facebook. Got the app that you can go to find out what's going on with our programming, and our YouTube is connected to it. So anytime we upload a video there, it's going to be shown on the app too, so you can watch it there too. Come check us out. Get information on what we do. Give us feedback on what we can do to improve, and learn about Afrofuturism and some STEM and STEAM projects. We do a lot.
Teaching the youth. You can check Ebony underscore Moonbeam on basically her great work on TikTok as she's cosplaying. She did 31 Days of Halloween. She had a phenomenal Beetlejuice that she's done with Asia Morgan. Little co-op waifu views action. She's done a bunch of stuff for Halloween. Even though the spooky season is over, we're up to beans, greens, tomatoes, potatoes. Get your plate for Thanksgiving. But go check out her page on TikTok. Phenomenal cosplays. I know it takes a lot of time and work and effort and a lot of lip syncing to get all those things down. And judging your own work based on whatever perception you think is good, which is also a thing. So, yeah. Do not doubt all the work that she has done, or don't doubt all the work that Lelouch has done.
Same with Kim. Don't disrespect the Blerd Cartel. They're doing things out here too.
We out here. Facebook, IG, YouTube, Twitter, Spotify, TikTok, Twitch, all the other stuff. And don't forget all the other shows we got. But we're here talking about Berserk of Gluttony anime, fall anime 2023. This is it an isekai or is this a fantasy?
It's isekai adjacent, but yeah, it's a fantasy because he lives in that world already, and just gets to come across a power up in it.
I did like the power. I'm not gonna lie, but the start of the show opens up as God's making the world and giving everybody a skill. So it's not like My Hero where some people don't have it. Everybody has a skill, whether it be trash or good. So it's not like also Black Clover. Not everybody's going to get a grimoire and stuff like that. So, but everybody in this show gets a skill, whether it be bad or good. You got the peasants, you got the people that live in the city. They be maybe a craftsman skill, maybe a harvesting skill, maybe a I don't know, just a skill for cooking,
blacksmith skill or something. Yeah.
Right. So you got, but Holy Knights get the absolute greatest of skills, and we never know the system where they're ranking skills at for the Holy Knights. They can just do obscene stuff, and people like reveal them as gods, and they're supposed to be protector of the city they are in. There are 5 families that protect the king. So we only got 2 of the families. It's the Hart family and the Valdrick family so far. But we start up the show with Fate, and he is the protagonist, and he is doing a watch for the Valdrick family. And the Holy Knights will protect the gates, and they get commoners to protect the gates for them while they do whatever they're going to do. And he has the skill of gluttony, and he is always hungry. So
I understand that.
He is revered himself as having the worst skill. He's never satisfied. He's just a peasant, just doing whatever. And yeah, that's how the show pretty much opens, and we see the Bowser family come back to the castle and beat on Fate. You like Fate's name? I thought
Yeah, the name is cool. I don't.
I like the name.
I never really met too many characters with the name Fate. He's okay. I don't dislike him.
Yeah, I like him.
The siblings do beat on him and just like treat him as a commoner and stuff like that. Throw copper coins at him. And the amount of coins he saved up at the end of like, what was it, like 5 years or something like that? It was like 2 silver coins. Like, so well, I'm not saying he was paid poorly, which he probably was, but he had to spend most of it on food because of his skill. So I'm not saying he had terrible spending habits. He's just spending money because he has to eat. So the other Holy Knight from the Hart family, Roxy, saves him and nurtures them back to health and stuff like that. So other than that, for the world itself, how do y'all like the world and everybody having the skills like Isekai-esque and so like RPG or JRPG-esque?
Yeah, this was just like Don Machi, where there's a room to pick up girls in a dungeon, except they didn't have the towers to go in. Like it's something I was familiar with, like the aesthetic of the world, so it wasn't anything new there. The unique skill for everybody's cool. Honestly, I wish that's something that they would try to implement into like a video game somewhere where like everybody logs in and gets a different unique thing. But the world itself was solid. Nothing necessarily stood out, especially. It's just like, another world where the royalty is like, the rich are bad to the weak, or the strong as well. It's nothing new. But I didn't dislike it. It was okay. What did you think, Ash?
World-wise, just like you said, it instantly read Danmachi. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it though. It didn't blow me away. But I think the tone fits what we got in season 1, so I wasn't mad at it. I thought that I couldn't picture what was going on in a different setting. And like in season 1, you see instances that definitely remind me of Shield Heroes season 1, with like the commoners and the royals type of dynamic. So it was solid. I can't complain.
So to continue with the first episode, you see Fate come back to the castle, and you see intruders going into the castle, and Roxy saying, "I'll handle the intruders. Just wait out here. Don't follow me in." And then one of the intruders managed to escape, and Fate has a decision to make. He's either going to run or he's going to stand his ground. So he decides to stand his ground, kill one of the intruders, and his gluttony ability activates. So finally he gets you got to feed the gluttony skill with killing somebody. So whether it be a monster, a human, whatever the case may be. So he finally gets a taste of sustenance while activating ability, and he gets automatic. He gets like, I think it's like abilities like triple, and he gains telepathy with his ability. So if he touches somebody, he can read their minds, and he reads Roxy's mind somewhat, and it freaks him out. So he's kind of traumatized at some point to figure out what or why this ability is activating the way it happens. So yeah, to defend himself, he goes and trying to buy a sword, and he meets Greed, who is a all black ebony sword, and yeah, the sword talks to him, and it's just like, well, me and you are one and the same, and if you buy me, I can help you with your ability, and we'll be the best of friends, the best of partners. So he ends up buying it for like less than nothing, and like 2 silver coins. So he spends the last 2 silver coins, gives Greed, and Greed's like, oh, you gotta feed this ability. So he goes out and hunts goblins, and basically just starts killing goblins, and all the gluttony. For every person he kills, a gluttony ability happens. But the trick to the gluttony ability is his level will not go up, but his stats will go up. So he gets also he had the insight ability, so he had to look at the stat of a weapon or a person, and that's how he figured out greed is a good compatibility to him by looking at the I guess the stats of the sword, because everything has stats in swords, I guess, and building structures, stuff like that. So he's at the sword market and looked at all the dumpster swords. He found greed. So how do you feel about Greed's character?
Greed is he's cool. Again, like your typical like sidekick character. He reminds me like of like Migi from like Parasite the Maxim, or the Shield and Shield hero, like just like that internal, not the shield, the sage ability and slime, like that internal computer that has all the answers.
Raphael, whatever.
Yeah, just like they knew all the stuff about the thing. They informed the audience, and they make the protagonist's life both easy and difficult at the same time.
Yeah, I liked his character. First off, great voice actor for that character. I like when you have characters like that where they give you the information you need in the story without drawing out the story. It's just like the character's learning while we're learning, and then we keep it pushing. And so I liked it. I liked that he wasn't
Titan to learn from.
Yeah, I like that he wasn't an overzealous sword. When you have a sword that follows the same type of rules, kind of the character, the greed, gluttony type thing. He could have done a lot of different things in episode 1. You talked about where he had to go and feed the sword, so he went out and did all the fighting. But if I recall, that was before. I mean, that was after he did what he did with the little girl, correct?
Both. That was leading into episode 2.
Oh, that's in episode 2?
Yeah.
No, at the end of 1 is when he like collects the ears and drops them off to the little girl, and that's how episode 2 starts. Same spot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I don't know. I liked it. I liked how he activated. There's another show that it reminds me of, but I can't think of the name off the top of my head right now. But I feel like we've seen that trope, but I don't know if I hate that I've seen that trope before, but I don't know how. The one thing I do want to know is, why does the man keep talking? If he can hear the sword,
why does he talk to it out loud?
Why is he talking to it out loud? That drives me insane. And then people think he's weird and crazy throughout the whole damn episodes, and I'm like, yeah, because bro, you literally have telepathy. What do you doing?
you get to that in episode 3, I believe. Or 2. No, it was 3. It's 3. So he kills the goblins, and he decides to get some maintenance for greed with the money he does have. So he bumps into a little smuggler stealing one of the girls from the orphanage, and that's how episode 1 ends. So I guess out of 5, how did y'all feel about the first episode?
3.
Before we go into that, can I ask a question? Do we feel like, how much of his skill, that's something that I was trying to gauge, was because I know you get these power-ups and you have these skills and stuff, but typically you still train with your sword and stuff like that. And he kind of just got the sword and was showing out like he'd been fighting in the basement with a wooden sword or something for his whole life. And it is that something that I should just accept as a part of the skill that he gained when he opened up the whole gluttony thing, or did they just give him a power boost just for the hell of it?
Yeah, exactly what you said. He gave him power boost. Like there was no explanation behind it.
You see him more in episode 4 that he does get outmatched via the stats. So the stats do matter in some way, shape, or form.
Okay.
Yeah, the stats give him the physical tools to be able to do that, but they don't show like him actually practicing with a sword to like be able to like fight the way that he does. He just like they just give that to him.
He does the basics. I mean,
Well, where did you see the basics in episode 1 before he gets the sword and basically destroys like a whole field of goblins?
He's killing bum goblins. I mean, they're just bums.
But he's outnumbered and he looks like he's never held a sword a day in his life.
Well, he's held a spear, so maybe he does have.
Everybody
He got some training.
Okay.
But I mean, you got your. I mean, we've seen the innate abilities of him grow from killing umpteenth amount of goblins, so we don't know what he has from just killing them. But
episode wise, I would probably give it a 3. It kept my attention. I was interested to see what would happen next, but I didn't like it didn't seem like he did the proper way of being in an anime where you build your skills over time kind of thing before you just start like one-shotting goblins. So that was something that kind of turned me off. And I hated the little female character that's royalty because she screams not Melty. She screams whatever her name is from Shield Hero. That, like everything from her voice. No, the one that they end up calling the B word.
Oh yeah, Melty. Yeah.
No, I thought Melty was her sister. Is she Melty or Melty's her younger sister?
Melty and Malty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, her. She just gave me that kind of energy, everything down from her voice and stuff. So that instantly turned me off.
I give it about a 4. It kept my interest to want to watch the next episode. But the next episode, you go with the smuggler trying to take the orphan girl. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna feed you to the holy knights, and gonna turn you out or whatever the case may be." You know how the Japs do that one. But just saying, it's come on. We haven't watched the current season of Shield Hero, and that's all it's about.
Yeah, literally.
It's a slave trade and white tigers and all this other shit. But yeah. So we see Fate save the girl and approach the smuggler and just like he's talking shit, and then Greed's just like, "Oh, we're gonna feed on his confidence that he doesn't think you can beat him. So just run away with the girl, keep her safe, and then do what you need to do." And got to a little fight scene. Now, he identified the smuggler and he got this skill called double slash, and just like he can hit you once and it counts as 2 times or whatever the case. So they use that ability against him to just cut through his sword, and then you see that he was going to deliver the girl to the Valdric, specifically Hondo, the little brother. And I guess he just likes torturing kids for whatever the case. So he tortured Fate back in the day, like putting an apple on his head and shooting an arrow at him and stuff like that. So he's gonna get a replacement. And then due to the fact Fate's not working at the post no more, so he's working for the Hart family. They're gonna get another runt to work the gate, which they tried to do in that episode. I think it was episode 3.
I think that they kind of blur together because I know 3 was when he was running around with the Heart girl.
When Roxy was in plain clothes.
Plain clothes, yes.
So he saves the girl, gets the information from him, and I don't think that counts to his gluttony skill because he kind of stabbed them, but we don't know if it's you have to kill the person or the blood makes them. The gluttony ability goes up. So yeah, he doesn't kill him anything. Sends the girl back to the orphanage, and then his gluttony ability starts to kick off again, but it's more severe this time. So where his eyes start glowing red, and he's has a hunger boost, so he has to feed pretty much at that point in time, but all the ability are heightened. So there is a hunt. So he kind of like goes away from a hunting party,
Mm-hmm.
goes by himself, and he goes to the hobgoblin forest and starts killing hobgoblins and getting more of a boost. And then he sees a king goblin, and Greed is like, "Well, give me your abilities, and then it'll upgrade me some more." And it's like, all my abilities? Like, yeah, I mean, I told you it's gonna be a price to keep me. So just like, let me get that. So one, he can't upgrade his level because of gluttony. Two, he has to give all his ability to Greed for Greed to be better than what he is, or upgrade the weapon. So you upgrade the sword into a bow and arrow. He's just like, well, you can shoot whatever. It's gonna hit anyway, so it doesn't matter. So he just got Greed bow and arrow he can get into. So yeah, you start.
It was a cool bow and arrow.
Yeah, it looked nice aesthetically, but honestly, like it's still the same things. Like, oh, another super boost that you don't actually have to work to master. It's just like, yep, he's just strong for the sake of being the protagonist.
That would make sense. You can just shoot whatever and it's gonna hit.
I feel like there's something really iffy about Greed. Just the fact that I have to take that I have to give you all of my stats after earning them to make you stronger. Like, I'm starting to wonder if he really is like a talking sword, or if like he's like, what's the word? Like, he's a person that's in a sword.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he was. Like, he's getting enough stats to transform back into his true form of being an actual person.
You think he got cursed to be in a weapon?
Yeah, like I feel like it's something like that, and he's just almost overly polite for. I don't know. There's something iffy about him. I'm watching the sword closely, but I do appreciate the amount of gore that they have given in this show, as well as like violence, like when he is having to sit there and kill the Goblin King and stuff, and basically continuously fight in order to satiate his thirst and his hunger for blood. It was a lot more than I had actually expected from the series, so I appreciated that.
So yeah, then he gathers the goblins' ears, gives them to the orphanage so they can have money to buy food and stuff like that. So yeah, his hunger is
something serious.
Well, he's full right now, so I mean, but it's no way back from this. So once he starts, you can't stop unless you just die of starvation. So I mean, I think that was pretty much just the episode 2 for the most part. Nothing else really happened. I got the girl back and forgot what the Vajra family was really up to, and then the older brother keeps going on these like solo missions to search for immortality. So I guess that's going to be the end boss for that, because he's immortal.
Right.
Then he gets the invitation to work for the Hart family, and I think the episode ends where he has to buy clothes. To go up there and pretty much be a worker. Now you're like a bodyguard or something like that. Oh, you would just work for us. So yeah, how do I feel about episode 2?
Also okay. Again, like, this entire anime really just feels like I've watched this before. Like even from the name of it, it's so on the nose that it's like it's not showing me anything new. It's not giving me like new perspective on like the genre. It's not like kind of adapting anything. It feels really basic, but it's not bad. It's not doing anything wrong here. So I mean, I can't detract from it, but I feel like I've watched this before several times actually. So 3 out of 10 again. Well, 3 out of 5. I'm sorry, 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I think I would up it to 4 on this one, just because, like I said, I liked the level of violence. I liked him kind of losing control and being able to see how that goes. And even just the thought of now I'm not 100% sure what I think about his sword. It has me a little bit more intrigued, but or maybe like a 3 point. No, I'd give it a 4. I'll just let it stay at a 4. I do think that I was interested in that one more than probably episode 1.
And then the drop off happens. So episode 3 is pretty much a filler episode. It's Roxy wanting to go undercover and just being a peasant to be with the common people and just
only rich people want to pretend to be poor.
Right.
So she
Like
pretends to be
that
poor
shit's
and
annoying.
go shopping and approach other holy knights and make sure they're holy knights and they're not. They're just dickheads. And then she go to a restaurant and some vagrants are just like, hey, Missy, why don't you sit with us? And then, by the call Benson and Stabler, and then they realized, it's the holy knight you're fucking with. And it's like, oh, we're sorry. We're not bad people. And then they're just eating and drinking with them and just like, well, fuck it. And he buys her like a uncut, like a fucking what's that shit called? A fucking
it's like
blood
a gem.
It's bought her a fucking blood diamond and her the fuck. I mean, that's all it was. Nothing happened in this episode. And then I think his stomach started growling again. And then it's just like, man, I gotta figure out how to really kill niggas without finding out that's where he got the mask from. So.
Yeah. I think really the most eventful thing that happened in the episode is just finding out that, she's on a mission to find what monster is killing monsters outside the city, but it's really him. But yeah, like, besides that, this is a filler episode. This is Rudis at the tavern,
That was a bad move. I never think you should have a filler that early on. And this show is the reason. Because the average person gives an anime anywhere between 3 and 5 episodes to win them over, depending on how long the series is. For this to be a new show and it has to be week to week to where we can't binge it, having a filler episode or an episode that is just reminiscent of typical isekai BS, because y'all know how I feel about isekai. I'm not a fan, so you really gotta show up and show out for me to be like, yes, this is it, like Slime. And I was disappointed in this. I don't care that the rich want to pretend to be poor. I don't.
It picks up episode 4. I've seen it. Episode 4 was fire. So, I mean,
yeah, with the scythe, yeah, that was cool.
Well, I will watch it after this episode because this is 3
I don't know
episodes. So I stopped at 3. So I wasn't biased when I made this because I have a tendency to go too far, and then I'm like, oh, it's okay.
I would say
better next week.
For me, watching episode 4, just keep watching it.
Would you have said that if you hadn't had seen episode 4?
Greed and Fate's chemistry would have me keep watching it. He would have to get in the beginning of the episode. They're showing him just like raging out and just like showing like his not peak, but showing him just like losing it to the most part. Just like, so the beginning of the episodes would keep me going to keep watching it to show why he's at this point.
Okay.
So he has like a full like mass get up and all that other stuff, and he's like gradually losing his mind.
I'm gonna watch it. I have every intention on watching it. I was just saying, if I was recommending it to someone, I would have to sell it based off of the first 2 episodes because the 3 took it down a notch just by not doing enough, and so
yeah. Even in seeing the 4th episode, I'm letting this one go. This would probably be something I might pick up at the end of the season when I don't have anything to watch and turn back on. But like it's not worth keeping up with regularly, especially when we got like, you know, some heat right now. Like there's some actual legitimate like fire. This is okay. This is like Ember. Like, you know, when you first start a Pokemon game and you get the fire one, it's Ember. It's just there. It's basic.
That's one hell of a comparison, man.
You see how he running up?
Yeah, he looks cool. But
he looks
agree,
just like the
agree
dude from Evanescent Shadow.
Yeah, oh my gosh. And I'm still mad that people try and convince me that was a good show, because it wasn't. But
It wasn't.
No, it wasn't. And I'm with you. I think that this is one of those shows for me. I'm not dropping it, but I think this is one of those shows where like you finally sit down and you catch up on the anime of the week that you haven't seen, and so okay, I gotta go watch the last episode of Juju. I gotta go watch this and this. And so once you're done with all of those and you're like, I'm still awake, I can watch something else, then I go and catch up on that. That's how I'm gonna play this out until it shows me otherwise. Now, maybe I'll look at episode 4 the same way Cam does, or maybe I'll see it the way Lelouch does, but we'll see. I'm not 100% sold on this anime just yet. I feel like this could be one of those that like either picks up or I end up dropping, just dependent on how this story goes. I actually kind of hope that the sword is like cursed or something, because then I'm really going to tune in, because I want to know why he's in a sword. So let's see.
I mean, that's 3 episode rule. We got 1 drop. We're going to keep watching. So, 1 is indifferent. 1 is dropping it. I'm going to keep watching it because I've been watching it. So I'm cheating the system a little bit. The next show we are doing, what was it? Kingdom in Ruin?
Kingdom of Ruin, yeah.
Kingdom of Ruin. And I did, the first episode got me hooked on it because it's a concept in general. So, yeah, we won't spoil that one. But,
see, I don't always go crazy when Cam says he likes something, because he brought Uncle from Another World to me.
Oji-san was fire. Wait, hold on. No, that's slander. Oji-san was fire.
No, it was not. No, it was not. You like it just for the nostalgia aspect, which was the only thing that kept us holding on. The only thing about that was great was that he literally was our age, basically.
Did you watch the sub with the dub?
I watched it, I think, in sub.
It's better in dub. It actually is better in dub. It is hilarious. It is
okay. Well, maybe I have to rewatch it. I don't know, but when you get really excited about an anime, I'm like,
I'm telling you,
you're very picky.
Everything in Ruin is like, we got the gist of the concept, and I think maybe episode 4, was it 4? But it's 3 episode rules. So the first episode will get you going, and then don't hold on to any favorite characters in this one. So it's one of the ones where people get killed off. So
welcome to anime Game of Thrones. It's always fun.
Yeah, definitely excited.
Hey, I like anime like that though, where you never know who's safe.
This is gonna be the person that's gonna be the tag along. No. Not really. But yeah, go watch first 3 episodes, everything ruined. But you know, Lelouch, he's here. Blerd Proof Entertainment, Blerd.com, the Galactic Alliance Tribe. You got a podcast.
Then and now.
Yes. You got a lot going on, and he's still watching anime, so. And
reading manga, which is crazy.
I don't really sleep. That's where the dark circles under my eyes come from.
The sacrifice, the pain, the dedication to being a weeb is fair. Ebony _movie, follow her cosplays, Waifu reviews, Sundays at 8. Join the Facebook page to get in the Discord, and then in the Discord today, there's watching Attack on Mid, aka Attack on Titan.
We're not gonna do that. We were watching the Attack on Titan season.
He said it right.
Series finale.
Series
No,
finale.
we're not gonna do that. We're gonna let everybody experience the final episode. It is officially the final.
I'm just
episode.
saying,
We're not getting anything else.
To get
We
in
did
the
a watch
Discord.
party in the Waifu Views Discord. We will be doing more watch parties. So be sure to follow the Facebook page so you can get the invite code, because we're going to do a lot more of those. And we also now have a TikTok and Instagram, Facebook, the works. Also, we're on YouTube. Our shows air Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern time, which is 5 p.m. Pacific time. This week, we're just going to have a kind of woosah moment because we've been doing spooky season all month long. So we've been cosplaying and doing all of that. So we are going to do a spooky season recap, and then we are going to talk about the series finale of the episode. But later in the week, I will be personally doing a Talking to the Moon episode about Attack on Titan as a whole now that it is over. So you can find that on my Ebony_Moonbeam cosplay Facebook page. That's where I'm going to air that. And yeah, check out my TikToks because they're crazy. Yeah, it was great.
It's top 10 all time.
For me, it's still in my top 10. It still will be in my top 10.
Fair. Maybe
now, is it number one? No. I don't know. It may have changed because it was my number one for a very long time.
Oh shit!
But I have a special Attack on Titan has a very special place in my heart for why and when I started watching it. So,
well, check that out. But
I love the eyebrow. He went.
It's the rock eyebrow, aka the villain of the Blerd Cartel. We did Friday Night Year yesterday, and then next week we're gonna talk about Crown Jewel. Review that. Do some other things. Roundtable will be back. Next week, next Wednesday, and then Blerd Cartel plays. If you want to do some anime quizzes with us, just let us know.
I dominated this week. Not dominated, but I did my thing.
It was a couple.
Don't say it. Did I do my thing or did I not do my thing though?
Yeah, I posted a clip on YouTube. You did win. I think it was the villain one.
I won like 3. I won 2, and then I was in the top 3. For like everyone except for one. And by the way, that's because he didn't tell me the proper rules. So I was just clicking the stream instead of the actual game stream.
Hit the submit.
Yeah, that submit button was janky.
So everything in ruin. The next joint we doing 3-episode rule. Which, I think Mega Man Sense was tonight also. So check out my and the crew. Talk current events, and then Sunday is delayed for the ladies. Wives reviews 8 p.m. Shout out to them, everything they got going on. Shout out to Lelouch, everything got going on.
Yes,
and, I think or also Blerd Cartel's bracket MK1 with Molari was streamed Friday, so check that out. I think that's going all the way to January. So yeah, go watch that. And we'll be back. 3-episode rule. Everything in ruin.
See you next week.
See you later.